Hello, my fellow twin flames, my fellow star seeds, my fellow light workers. Obviously, if you are watching this video, it's 99% or maybe 90% that you are on this journey of evolution. I want to talk about what you should do in second emerging of emotions of turmoil. They would say that, and maybe awakening again. You are the first awakening, the ego death that was more terrible when the divine masculine ran away, and this time around it has begun again, but not like the way it was before. I understand, say, if you are on twin flame journey, you had a lot of misunderstanding in the beginning. Then at one point it was too big, and you had maybe a very long separation period, and all of a suddenly it has begun again. Now, what should you do in this case? The first awakening that you had, it was just the distraction. The kundalini, the rising of energy, and the triggering, the catalyst just came there to destroy, to remove things, to break them, to remove them from their places, the ancient information, the generation cases, all those things, they were just being tampered with, shaking them, moving them from the places, the images that you built, everything was tempered, was broken. And then now you discovered, you remembered who you are, and the old picture of life has changed. Now you no longer think the way you used to think before, and you no longer view things in the same way. So now this time around, again it has begun, and you feel like just the same energies are back. So the second one is not an awakening. This time around now, you are the one putting things in order. So they are shaking them a little bit, so that now you start placing them where you want them to be. They are reminding you, and even when you thought that you've healed your wounds, the trauma, and all those things, and the divine masculine just showed up, maybe if they have not reached yet, they are on the way. It's just a sign that they are planning to come, or is planning to come. So they are showing you, or is showing you, to say there is this area where you've not worked on, and this point of energy is blocked, and this and that. So now what you are doing, what you should do now, is start putting them in order. What is generation curse? Generation curse, it's a misdirected energy. A misdirected energy. Those who came before you, they misdirected energy. So now you are given the chance to rebuild, because the old foundation was shaken, the old foundation was broken, destroyed. So now you are the one now building, and in this second emerging of emotions, you are building the new one. This emerging of, you are building now. So you have to identify, for example, maybe before, when the time your divine masculine left, when it became too obsessive of thinking about them, finding what they are doing, trying to find out where they, what and stuff, All those things, it was just a sign, the anxiety in you. And life showed you to say, you have to deal with this. This is not the way you should do things, because if you become like that, you are not operating in love. Love is a force on its own. Love is a force on its own. And if you apply another force, you are violating the force of love. Love is a magic. So allow the magic of love to do its own magic. There's nothing that you can do to make the force of love to do what it can do. It does things on its own, so allow it to do things the way it can do. So when you started coming in with all those tricks and stuffs, you are violating the force of love, and it rejected you. Because love does things on its own, like the same way you didn't do anything for you to meet your twin flame. The divine time knew that you are now ready, so boom, they showed up. So that's the same thing even now. So now what you should do, identify those anxiety, identify those worries, identify them, and start placing them where they are supposed to be. Put them where they are supposed to be. And like I said earlier, the generation case says it's a misdirected energy. That means those who came before you, your ancestors, they misdirected energy into something like depression, anxiety, worries, lucky, low self-esteem. You can name them. So now you are given the chance. This is a bonus now to change things. You are given the chance now to direct them where you want them to be. When you feel this anxiety coming in, identify it, acknowledge it. Now, what are you going to do with it? Put it where it's supposed to be. And putting it doesn't mean that you have to reject it. Say, I don't have this. Allow it. Feel it the way it feels. And then transform it. Change it. Remember, energy cannot be destroyed. It can just be converted into another form. That means the same anxiety can be formed, can be transformed into another form. If you've had this hatred, that means you can change that hatred into something else, and you are at that point because the all information in your body has been restored back, has been reset into the default. This is what Jesus talked about to say born again. To born again means to restart. So you are at the point where, and I've seen the phones, like for example, if you buy a second-hand phone and there is the information of the previous owner, and you want that phone to have your information, what you do, you reset. You bypass, you remove every information, then you put your own information, your email, all your details now, because it's your phone. So now this is when you've become yourself. Use this opportunity of the second emerging emotions to become you. And forget about the twin flame learner, because they will come with the tricks, and those tricks, use them as well to help you identify the areas where you should tackle, work on. Those tricks that they've come back with is just to show you. They are just holding you the mirror to say, look, there's still this. And don't be tempted if they come with tricks. I think on this one, just have to make another video. When they come with tricks to say, maybe they've been checking up on you and asking you if you have moved on, you are seeing someone, and then the pride comes, you say, Yeah, I've moved on. There's this so that you make them feel jealous. You are complicating love. Love doesn't work like that. Love is pure. Just say, no, I've not moved on. I think I'm just working on myself. Yeah, and at this point, to the in the mind of a masculine, will be like, wow, cool. Hey, she has not moved on. She's waiting for me, and they'll feel like they are okay. But that unto them, remember, simplicity is more powerful. You'd think there's nothing it's doing to me, but it's doing something. So, in the second emerging of emotions, you are rebuilding, you are building your temple, you are building your life and the future. And I want to say this, should have a bigger picture than just the union, because union is just the time is so small compared to what you have. And what I mean you have, I don't mean cars and mansions. Those are just simple things. There is more to that, yeah. So that what you should do when you are, of course, in you facing second emerging. Thank you very much for watching the video up to this far. I really appreciate. Keep supporting my channel, your channel. And yeah, there's no separation. It's just the same thing. The only thing separated is the mind. So I'm you, you are me, and yeah.